Okay, here we go. No, I don't want to. Okay, so rotate this. Does this work? No. Okay, am I live? I don't know if I'm live because this is the first time that I'm trying this. And oh, it is. Why is it making me go sideways like that? Oh my God. This is one of these dumb new features. Hello there. Anybody watching? There's two of you. Hey, I am live. How's it going, guys? I haven't done this in a long time, so everything is different now, and I'm trying to figure it out. I look like I'm stoned, but I'm not. I think I just have allergies. And that is the reason why I wear glasses, so that people don't call me a stoner. How's it going? It's been a while. I don't know if you guys remember the old days, but I used to do these live chats every week. I used to do on Monday nights and stuff, and I wanted to do one again because I am going to be in Austin this week at the for that Cybertruck event, and there's going to be a live stream that is going to be happening, and we're going to simulcast that live stream into my channel. So I'm like, oh my God, I better go and look into my channel, see if I remember how to stream. So that's why we are here. And I thought, hey, let me just go live. It's been, I want to say maybe a couple years that I haven't been live. Does anybody in the comments here remember back in the days? He doesn't believe me. I'm telling you, it's allergies. It's allergies. Like I'm I don't smoke. I don't, yeah, nothing against the smoking. I actually wish maybe someday I will smoke, but not, I have never smoked the ganja, like you guys say. I feel like I'm high enough just naturally. I don't need another thing, right? So, anyways, um, Santa Lucia says, drowsy. Yeah, I used to listen. Wow. Well, welcome back. It's been a while, right? It's been like, I would say, a couple years or something. What are you guys doing today? I'm stoned for you, says Tim Fuller. There we go. Yes, someone is. I'm naturally stoned. I'm naturally high. So, anyways, it's been a long time, and I'm kind of unprepared. I used to, believe it or not, it's not easy going live because you have to keep the rhythm going. And I used to do these for like 3 hours, and like 300 of you guys would show up and just like ask a bunch of questions and stuff. I'm out of shape probably. I'm not gonna be able to keep this up. This is only gonna go on for maybe 20 minutes or something because then I have to go. But yeah, I just want to say hi to everyone. What are you guys doing? Did you guys saw my last video? I know my channel has been weird lately. I haven't had time to do anything that's creative, and so I've just been doing like a bunch of like, product pitches and stuff. And I see it in the comments. A lot of you guys, some of you guys like it, and you guys buy batteries and stuff, and you're building stuff. And a lot of you guys, and some of you guys don't. You're like, oh my God, you used to be cool. And I share that sentiment with you. I used to make cool videos, and I haven't been able to in a while. And I don't like that about this thing. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I need to get back to that. Come to Amsterdam, says Milton Proton. I want to. Am I gonna? Next year, I'm gonna travel, but I don't think I'm gonna. Well, there's a small chance that I might go to Europe, I think. But most likely it's gonna be South America. Um, but you never know. I might end up going. You never know. Never say never. Templar says watching the cyber junk reveal will be like watching a tornado eat up an abandoned gas station from a safe distance. Oh, I see. Tim Fuller is not a fan of the Cybertruck. You know, I'm not a fan aesthetically of the Cybertruck, but I don't think the Cybertruck is going to be a failure. Well, let me see. I think it's going to be challenging. In fact, I think right now the team is scrambling. I got someone told me this. I don't know how true it is, but out of the 30 trucks that they're planning to deliver, which by the way, I thought it was more like 10, only 3 of them are functional. So I think they're kind of close because the event is on Thursday, so they have tomorrow and that's it, right? And so it might be a complete chaos, I don't know. You know, it might be like when he announced the truck and it was a complete chaos because he was trying to prove that it was unbreakable, and then he went out and broke it on stage. Yeah, I don't know. It might be that. And so, you know, I'm down for the shenanigans. So I'm gonna be in Austin, by the way. If you're in Austin, hit me up. Put it in the comments of this video. I'm gonna be there for a few days, and yeah, I would like to hang out with the people of Austin. I love Austin. I've always had fun in Austin, and I haven't been there in a long time, but I'm gonna be there. J5. Who's J5? I'm sorry. Who's J5? I just saw the Cybertruck in Manhattan. It looked awesome. Oh, right. So Electrified Motor says, you know, I've seen it. I haven't seen a production one. I saw obviously the prototype that they had at the Peterson Museum. It was rough. It was rough around the edges. Bad weather. Yes, I think it might be bad. It's gonna be no. I mean, I think it's gonna be cold, but I don't know. Austin could get really cold and could get really crappy, right? Sitting just 5 miles north of SpaceX on SPI, says RB2 Wilder Ryder. Hopefully people understand that you need to make a living. Yes, I mean, you know, whether they understand or not, I mean, it's just it's life, right? That's what happens. I'm still cool on your behalf, System Fueler. Okay. Cybertrucks are ugly. I agree. Cybertrucks are ugly. But you know what? I I think they were grotesque when they came out. I wanted to bomb it. I think I did a little bit in my mouth. Um, I think at this time now we've had a few years. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's an ugly truck, but I think it's gonna become the norm. I think, look, if it wasn't, I think the DeLorean is similar. It's kind of a weird shape. The DeLorean is the coolest car in the world, but I think the movie had to do a lot with it, right? And so, because I love the DeLorean, and I'm like, well, you know, it's like the same shape, it's flat boxes, the thing, the dimensions. There is something cartoony about the Cybertruck, but I think it's only weird until it's not, until you get emotionally invested in the thing. And I think the Cybertruck is going to be the same for a lot of people. I think there's going to be some of us that will never maybe fully embrace it, but I think there's going to be some people that will 180. Like, they're going to be like, oh my God, it's the worst thing in the world. And then after a few years on the road, you're going to be like, well, okay, I'm used to the shape. Okay, let's do the thing. You know, then next thing you know, they're going to love it. 30, I heard 10. Yes, I heard 10 also, but from what this person told me is they had 30, so maybe they have backups because they know that maybe they're not all going to be working. But I mean, they have so many prototypes running around, right? So I guess this is not the same thing. Prototypes and then production vehicles, right? Oh, Johnny Five Garcia. Yes, I know. Johnny, how's it going? Um, Looking forward to your live on Thursday. Yes, I'll be there, and I like again. I'm gonna multicast, so I think it's gonna be like an all-day thing. So you'll be able to kind of check in. And obviously, I don't know yet how much of that I am going to be on it, because I guess at one point I am gonna be on stage and I'm gonna talk about something. I don't know. I don't know. Should I dunk on all the Cybertruck and its looks? Or should I don't know. I might be dangerous. Do I want to be the villain of this event, or do I want to just, you know, lay low and be like, oh, yeah, Cybertruck, great. Woo. Yeah, you know. Elon's ego dented it. Yep. Rivian truck has already proved itself on off-road and on-road. Yes, although I do have some complaints. Now I have combined between the R1T and the R1S, I have 30,000 miles with Rivians, and there are some things that are annoying. Overall, though, it's an amazing vehicle. And the R1S is like my favorite, obviously. The truck, I drive the truck and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of over it. I like, what else should I get? It's like, it's weird. It's weird, like these colors, the blue kind of dated itself really quickly for some reason. I thought it was the coolest thing when I first got it. And now I'm like, oh man, I should have got another color. But I don't know, it's just, you know, First world problems, I guess, right? A friend has first gen Leaf and then needs a battery replacement. Any suggestions? No, I'm not into the Leaf things, but I think there's a ton of Leaf batteries available now, so you could replace them without actually having to like modify the thing. So there's that. Happy Slap Happy. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I have had my 66 since '83, and bumping to a 1776. By the way, that's 1776 cc's for you guys that are watching. That's displacement. He's talking about non-electric. Yeah, that's 1776. I think that's about equivalent to what I have on my electric bus. I think it's about the same like horsepower, torque figures. I think. Yeah, that's cool. I want to. I have to work on mine. They're just sitting there, and it's just I just don't have time. I'm working and working, but I have to make time because I'm never gonna get them done if I don't finish it, right? Like, I want to start. Let's see. Any updates on the fleet? Oh, there we go. So no updates. They're still there. I bought a bunch of things. I have the batteries. I've got them here. I have been learning a lot of things this last year. I a lot of engineering stuff, how to make boxes, how to design things on the cheap, and how to design things with the constraints from what's available to me, all that stuff. So it's not like I'm standing still. Like, all that stuff is gonna transfer over to these projects that I'm gonna work, and I think they're gonna be pretty cool. But I just haven't really actually worked. I mean, the one that I have here, I just have to go through the battery and see in what state it is, because I kind of abandoned it last year, and I haven't. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get it running this summer, and I kind of didn't. Summer's over now, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I had done it. Not too concerned about looks. Same range as my Model 3, bigger cabin for 150 more a month. I'll trade in. There you go. See? There you go. Who cares about looks? It's a truck. It's not supposed to look pretty. It's supposed to be. Although, did you guys see that meme where the e-bikes are hanging off the back, and then they compare it to another little truck that has the three bikes in the bed? That one went around for a while, and it was pretty crazy to see that, right? Like, so it's like, is it gonna be an actual truck? Is it gonna be as useful, or because of that shape it's not gonna be as it's a gimmicky, or is it an actual useful truck, right? We yet to see, I guess. A friend has first gen Leaf. Okay, so I already did the thing, right? Any updates? Okay, what am I going backwards here? Worn rust, though that bronze H patina. Sambas are retired for the time being, but not retired forever. They will live again. I'm getting tired of driving that fancy truck. It's like, I mean, it's pretty nice when it's cold and it's raining and stuff, and and I want to show off, and I want to beat a Corvette off the line kind of thing. Yeah, it's great for that, but who wants to drive an electric car, a modern electric car? I want to drive one of my classics. We got the EVLC holiday parade this weekend, says Charge Positive. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be in town. Sorry. I'm going to be in Texas. I'm going to be in Austin. If you're lucky, maybe you can scoop up all the overrun on production batteries that when it fizzles out. Yeah, the only problem about Tesla is that they're not making very second life friendly battery modules now, or battery packs. They're completely just, they bake them into this thing like with foam, and they're a nightmare to work on. So it's almost like once they're built, that's it. Like, if they go bad in there, but I guess if they don't go bad, but then they're gonna be these massive batteries, so you kind of don't fit in anything that's classic or cool. Maybe like big trucks or something. Yeah. Do you help people with their bus EV conversions? I've been known to help a few people, but generally, no. I mean, I have a long list of projects that I'm working on myself that I don't have time for. So usually I have to be very careful what I say yes to. And, I say no to most things. Unfortunately, that's just what I have to. But I have done that to with a few people with a few projects. I just released the last video I just released was the one where we did that one for the TV show, right? And I never actually made a video about it. So I've talked about it here and like thing or whatever. But finally, I was like, I need to make that video. I hold the footage. They're gonna be at the LA Auto Show. Those cars are at the LA Auto Show right now. By the way, I don't know if you saw it, but we did a TV show. And it was a build for Robert Downey Jr. And we did that like I want to say like last year, and it took over a year to do that. So it took a long time. So I couldn't really release the thing because of the NDAs and all that nonsense, right? But finally, the project's done. Like the TV show was shot, edited. Now it's been released. You can see it on HBO. And then the cars they're showing them at the LA Auto Show right now, and you can buy tickets to win them or whatever. So I'm like, okay, it's done. Now I can share all the whatever the behind the scenes thing, right? And so I just did, and it's getting good reception. It's getting a lot of views really quickly, and so people like the project or whatever. Even though it's not the nicest car in the world, it's like I don't know. It's like there's difference in taste, right? And it's not my favorite bus. If I had my choice to make that bus, I would do it really different. But it wasn't. I'm just helping them how to do the thing, right? Congratulations on the Robert Downey Jr. Van sweet project. Yeah, go join in there because you can win them. I think no purchase necessary according to according to the rules. Got to see your bus at the LA Auto Show. There you go, Charge Positive. Last week, so great to see you on the show. Adam Savage from Mythbusters and Tested wants to do an electric car conversion. You two should collab. Yes, except they're in San Francisco, aren't they? They're somewhere up there. I mean, I'm down. Eagle Ray says, will we see a video on those sodium batteries? I'm curious how long they can do 25C. Yes, I will do a video if we have more, because it's a small batch, and we kind of put it up, and I think they're all sold out or very near sold out. To tell you the truth, I think they're not the greatest batteries. So sodium ion has a lot of promises, and I think these fall short in one particular one, which is energy density. They're supposed to be almost as good as lithium iron phosphate, but these things are not. These things are so far off. And I get it. These are like first generation, the very first batteries that are coming out from that company, right? I don't know if other companies are more advanced, they have more or whatever, but I'm like, man, these things are huge. They're big and heavy. And so, yeah, they can put out a lot of power. They're supposed to have super long life. There's a bunch of benefits, right? But so yeah, I will make a video if we have more, and from our supplier he's saying that there will be more. But I've heard that before. I've heavily invested in a product and a battery or whatever, made a bunch of products, and then we never got any more. And I'm like, hey man, what? Come on. But things change. That's the nature of this. Second life battery sourcing. Kind of thing. Let's see. Do you have any fantasies about what would be the ultimate EV hot rod? Well, at times I've had, I've had fantasies about what I would build and what it would do and all this other stuff. But I think the last one I had was, in fact, I don't like the Cybertruck, but I went fantasizing about making a Cybertruck-like build. Someone did a render of the Cybertruck, other cars being Cybertrucked, which is applying the same aesthetics, right? That the Cybertruck has, but on other cars, right? And even come up with some like new designs. Like, what if the Cybertruck was not a truck, but it was more like a race car, like a little, mid-engine type of like sports car or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. I should build that, and it shouldn't be that hard because, the angles are just flat or whatever. And I'm like, I should build that. And I'd make a video, probably get, a few million views. It would pay for itself. I wanted to do that. That was the last one that I did, but I never actually jumped in the in the thing because kind of know how much work it is to do like a project like that. and I've been busy. Let's see where we're at. Do you own a petrol car? What's your favorite? No, I don't. At this point, I don't, and I haven't. Woo, for 10 years now. Yeah, I've been driving all electric for 10 years. Yeah, right now those Rivians are my favorite. These are I've always had like crappy cars. These are the first cars that are, like luxury, like high-end cars or whatever. These are pretty amazing. Um, so I'm still not over them. I'm still, we've had one for a year and a half now, and then the other one for 6 months. Um, Before that, we had a Tesla, and then before that, we had a bunch of hybrids. But for 10 years, solid years, we've been electric. Ugly bus show is over. What does that mean? Hey man, I have a 1972 Westphalia if you're interested in buying it. 72, oh, 72 is still within the 25 years, which means they no longer needs to pass smog, right? So I wouldn't have to even let the DMV know. 72 is, I think, a good year. And Westphalias are sought after. They have a lot of the more modern stuff. The buses that I have are legit like 50s technology, right? So they have terrible suspensions. They have terrible all kinds of things. They're really terrible cars, but they are amazing, iconic cars that are worth a lot of money if you get them running and stuff. Yeah. Let me see. Love your hustle, and that says a lot coming from a guy who was president of the Optimism Club in Reform School. What? Optimism? President of the Optimism Club. There's a club that. Wow, I have to think about that one. So what do they do at the Optimism Club? They just show people to be optimists? I'm an optimist. Well, am I an optimist? Do I think more about positive things or negative things? I think I'm in the middle. I don't think I'm highly optimist, and I don't think I'm a pessimist. I think I'm in the middle. That's where you need to be, like right in the middle. Avoid the the extremes there. Oh my God! Look at all that. Someone's in trouble, right? You hear all the sirens? By the way, this is the first time I do a live stream this way. Like this, I'm using my phone, and I hate the fact that it's like this or whatever, but and then I'm monitoring then on my computer. First time like that. It was really easy actually. Before it used to be this complicated thing where you have to set up the camera and the cable and the thing, and then you have to put the key and all kinds of things. And now they're making the process a little bit streamlined and stuff. And I'm liking it because look, right away I'm up and I'm talking, no messing around. It took me longer to make that stupid thumbnail. I'm choosing something because I'm like, should I put my face in the thumbnail? Oh, and by the way, how is that thumbnail gonna be? Because that's horizontal, but this is vertical. I don't know. We have to see that. It was a Brazilian bus. Yeah, that was a Brazilian bus. It was the wrong bus. If I was more involved, by the way, all that stuff where they went and bought it and stuff, that happened before I was involved in that project. So I had no say so. Oh, but they did. Okay, that thing was so bad. It was one of the things I didn't mention in the video. Jesus, man, this a lot. This. Hopefully they're not coming through so loud. Okay, when they redid that bus, when they, got it down to the metal, it was so bad that they considered scrapping it and just starting over with another bus. So they asked me, hey, do you have a recommendation? And I'm like, yeah, let's get a split, get a this. And I did send a few links to them of recommended buses that would have been so much better than that one, right? Now they ended up keeping it and then which is crazy because literally every panel of that bus was replaced. So by the time they got done with it, it was a different bus. It started as a Brazilian, and by the end, I don't know, is it a Brazilian, I guess? If like 50% of the metal is like new metal now, so it's like, and by the way, it's replaced with metal that is made to German specs, right? So it's one of these weird things. In the future, will you possibly make more detailed videos on how to do EV conversions? Yeah, I think I can. I think the problem with a lot of these things that I'm doing is it's taking me so long that the products and stuff And what I'm doing, it's a bit outdated at this point. And so, it's like making a detailed video takes a lot of work. And so I have to be smart as to like there's got to be a payoff. And so if I dedicate months of like making this project and then months, crafting a story and stuff so you can get views, you're like, well, it's got to be something that people can recreate. That's always been my thing, by the way. I don't want to just tell a story just for the sake of telling a story and then getting views. I'm not really after the views. After at my age now, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm not, like here to be famous kind of thing. But so I do want to help people, and so I'm like, that's why I always don't want to talk about like stuff that you like as an audience can't recreate and do, right? Because I feel accomplished when I say, look at what I did, and then here's how you do it, and then I get the pictures and I get the feedback back from people and say, look, we just recreated what you did, we made it better. That's even better. And so I do have a certain requirements when I do a project, take a project, and one of them is that it's like it's got to be like a thing that's achievable. It's not. That's why you don't see me like talking too much about like hypercars or expensive car. Even my Rivian, it's never. I have a couple videos about it on my channel, and I'm like, I don't really want to talk about this. Is out of the reach of like most Americans, and most of my audience probably can't get it. So I'm like, I don't want to feel like, this is not. This is me right now. I am fortunate enough to be able to use that or whatever. But it's like I want to help people like me, like people that are me 5 years ago when I'm struggling, when I don't have money and I'm trying to figure things how to get it right. And so that's why I kind of do those sort of things. So yeah, probably once I start getting into the Tesla swapping stuff, I'll probably do a detailed video because it also kind of becomes more simple. You don't have to figure a bunch of things now. There's like other companies that you can that figure a lot of the stuff. But for right now, yeah, all my projects that are pending projects are gonna be this old stuff that is kind of obsolete already. And I'm gonna do it because I got it for like nothing. I bought those like super super cheap, and so I'm not gonna waste them. That's my thing. It's like you gotta reuse, right? Find ways to like stay clean and stay not be wasteful and stuff. So 25C says charge positive. 25C, yeah, there's some batteries that are 25C. I don't know which ones. Editing micro electric cars. What would you have done differently if it was your own bus, the RDJ bus? Oh, I mean, I would have chosen a different bus to begin with. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that bus, and I wouldn't have styled it the way they did. They got this like suspension that it's the best one that you can get in the industry, right? And so that guy makes, in fact, I have those because I just bought a couple of those suspensions for my buses. But that guy goes to the trouble of like designing, and he's been doing it for 20, 30 years or something. And so he's got these cool air ride suspensions that, you could have the car look cool, but you could also like have it be functional and stuff. And so what happens is that they use that, but they didn't actually get the benefit of it because the car is like, full the height stuck, and so it doesn't look cool. Those wheels, I didn't really like those wheels. That color scheme, I really like that color scheme. They took they changed the bumpers. They made them like the European style, and I'm like, well, that's not. I wouldn't have done that. There's a bunch of aesthetic things, right? Like that car. I don't know. Any of those cars, by the way, the matte finish, the wraps. I don't know any wraps that actually look cool. They're just kind of like weird to me. I guess maybe that's like me, that I'm old or something, because I think a lot of the young people are into those wraps, and so it seems like they embrace them. But like to me, I'm like, they don't look cool. And by the way, like those of you guys who went to the LA Auto Show, there was two big actors that had cars there, and one was Robert Downey Jr. and the other one was oh man, who was the other guy? There's another actor that had another set of cars there, and he got a full room, and I'm like, and then he got a lot more. Well, he got more like they were announcing it more to go see this other guy's cars, right? And then once you go into that thing, it's like, oh, these cars are pretty, like they're high end, they have like these immaculate paint jobs. They're like, yeah, okay, that's why they got more promotion instead of the Robert Downey Jr.'s. Because look at the Robert Downey Jr.'s. I'm like, they look. Robert Downey Jr. is not a car guy. I mean, he owns cars because he's like a multimillionaire, but like he doesn't know what's cool, or at least I don't know. At least car culture doesn't agree with him about what's cool. So I would do a bunch of different things on that. Fit four motors on it. This went through microcomputer. What is this? How about a body swap? I notice a short Astrovan would probably fit on a Leaf underbody. Yeah, you could definitely do that. Now, the only thing I would suggest is you really, really have to like Astrovans because that's a lot of work to do it. I mean, to do it proper. If you just want to do like some build and throw things together, with welds and just, janky or whatever, yeah, go for it. I've seen a lot of builds that are cool just to watch. But it doesn't make like a very compelling car, right? Like, and so, yeah, you really have to be into those two cars that you're gonna, or the final product, because then, you're gonna put a bunch of work into a car that you're like, maybe. He is completely reformed. Rest in peace, Jack Rickard. Yes, Jack Rickard. By the way, they had another Jack Rickard. By those of you who don't know, he's a pioneer. He started this movement a long time ago. He was this rich guy that started buying batteries and converting cars like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. And he would make these long, long videos, and they were very like detailed. He would really like go down like into the rabbit hole and like just into the weeds about how to convert cars and stuff. And yeah, we all learn a lot from him. And he passed away recently, last year sometime. And he used to do these shows. He used to do the EvCons. And you know what's the crazy thing? I only went to one, but that one, almost every single person that was in attendance of that thing now is in the industry. It's like they have companies, they have things, they're making products, they're making like, yeah. So it's like, it's a cool way to get these people that are gonna be, key players in a future industry. And he knew that. I was too dumb in those days to know anything, but he knew that. And so, yeah, he was doing that. You should make it a kit for the Type 2s. Yeah, I think I will make a kit. The problem is getting the batteries. The thing is that because of the reason where I deal with, there's not a long supply of batteries. And so if I'm gonna devote a lot of time and effort designing and engineering like a kit, well, it's like, it's gonna be for a battery that you can get, 2 years after I finish the thing, or 3 years, like the batteries that we're getting right now, it's like small batches, and that's problematic, because then it's like, by the time I'm like designing a thing, and then, I publish a video, and I'm like, oh, where are the batteries? Oh, they're all gone. So that's been problematic. Now all that work just goes down the drain. Now you got to start all over again. Belgium, Lo Pristine Alfonso, thank you for joining us all the way from Belgium. That was rotten in the front. I enjoyed your TV show Bus. Oh, there you go. Those folks hide so much in their Brazilian buses that rot everywhere. Yeah. So I think what happens is that they've had a rough life in Brazil, and then they had, a lot of times they have shoddy work in Brazil to just bring them back. And so what happens is that they're importing a bunch of these buses because the Germans are so sought after and so highly priced. And so now you get all these buses coming from Brazil that look okay, but then once you look deeper, you're like, oh my God, these are all just full bondo, and oh my God, they use, and not all, sometimes not bondo, sometimes it's like, oh my God, why does it have fiberglass all over the place, and you're like, they replaced it with like fiberglass. Well, come on. So yeah, there's a lot of shoddy work that goes in there, but people don't know, right? They just want a bus, and they're willing to, and they're like, oh my God, it's $30,000 for a fully painted running bus. You're like, yeah, and then you take it home, and you're like, oh my God, it's a nightmare. Let's see. 72 Drive Nice says Slap Happy. Wow. 72. Yeah. Uh, Back to work, says Milton. Yes, I think I'm gonna have to go here soon because my wife is gonna be texting me saying, "Hey, we gotta go eat dinner now." Watching from New Zealand, says Chris Palmer. New Zealand, Kiwis. Hey, by the way, I just saw that movie uh, by wait, yeah, New Zealand is they're the Kiwis, right? Am I right? Am I confusing the islands? No, right? Um, what's the guy's name? Waititi? That director, and he made that movie about the football. That it's so funny, and I wonder, like, because the movie was not about that island; it was about another island, right? But it's still Polynesian people. But I wonder, I'm like, hey, wait a minute, these are actors from a different island. I wonder if there's like, trouble there. From us outsiders, like, oh, they all look the same kind of thing, like how some people might look at us like, oh, you're Mexican or you're Colombian. Oh, you guys all look the same kind of thing. I know they're not. There's differences, right? And so I wonder if that came into the thing. By the way, I haven't seen that movie. It's very, very funny. It's about football, about a coach that it doesn't um, that is trying to figure life out, and he gets the worst team in the world, soccer team, and it's from an island. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank here. I don't know the island. New Zealand, but it's not New Zealand. But the guy is New Zealander, and I use quite a bit of like I think actors that are from New Zealand. You still have the flexi solar panel strips. I do, but I took them down because I moved, and so I have them in my garage, and I actually have quite a bit of them. I want to say I want to have like 25 of those panels, so that it equals out to be like maybe 10 kilowatts of solar. Like, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use these, but they're just stored right now, and I don't own my home yet. uh I just life hasn't, things I haven't been able to get arrange things so that I can buy a property in the US here in California. I don't even know if I want to buy a house in California, but that's why I'm restricted as to like what I can do, right? And so I have a bunch of these properties that are rentals and stuff, and so I could, I have limited access to what I could do, and not a lot of solar. So that's why I don't do a lot of solar, but that it lets me to like really dig into the batteries, right? So I've been focusing to the batteries now for a few years, and there's pros and cons to that. Power system conversion. Let's see. I've seen his shows, and sorry to hear his passing. I enjoy his shows as much as yours. Recommendations for reliable single person transportation? Single? Well, I mean, scooter or an e-bike. E-bikes are great, right? Um, or a motorcycle, scooters, electric scooters. Those are great if you need to travel. Depends on how far you have to go. Good night, watching all the way from Barbados. Beal Map. Beal Map, hey. Nice to see you here again. I remember reading your name there for a long time. What do you think about Aptera? Aptera is weird. I want to say, in the design, it's in the same category as that I would put as a Cybertruck, but the Cybertruck has more chances of actually becoming, and it has a huge company behind it, and so it probably will become a mass market product. Where Aptera, I don't know if it's gonna make it. It was the same thing as Solo. Literally last year, I took a test drive on a Solo car. That's a tiny little car that had two doors. That's the one that all these motors came from. So I bought their motors because they decided to change. Well, less than a year from them being at the LA Auto Show and giving out test drives. By the way, I never uploaded that test drive. I had so much footage. I still record everything that I do, and I just don't. I haven't been, have been able to edit stuff. But maybe one day I will, and maybe I'll talk about this because. Less than a year after that, they announced that they were going under, right? So they put millions and millions of dollars in this thing. But at the end of the day, it's a weird little car that nobody wants to drive. And so, they just couldn't really go into production. And they tried. They were producing them in Canada, I think. Yeah, they were producing them in Canada. Then they outsourced the stuff to China. Then they were producing them in China to cut costs, to increase margins or whatever. And they just, just didn't work. So I don't know. I hope that Aptera is not that way, but I don't see it becoming a mass market vehicle, and it's going to be really tough for them to, keep getting funded as a little weird science project kind of thing. There's cool science coming out of it because the efficiency is great in both the dynamic, the aerodynamic design and stuff, and in the motors and the batteries and stuff. But I don't know. I have a feeling that it's not gonna make it. Uh, yeah. So I'm sorry. That's just I don't know. Without knowing too much, I'm just like I don't get the right feeling. Just got an LEV 60F battery for the sound system and my wife's car. I hope I am still able to get them at the same price by the time I get my big Suburban sound system. Yeah, I wouldn't wait too long because there's not like an unlimited supply of those. And I'm not the only one that's moving those. My supplier kind of gave out uh, parts of that load to my competitors. And so there's at least two other people that are moving those. I don't know how successful they are at moving them, but there's not unlimited. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they'll be available in the next 6 months. I think probably all will be sold in the next 6 months. So I wouldn't wait too long to get them. I would just buy one and just leave it in the shelf there because yeah, they might be those. By the way, those batteries are really cool. They're really capable for that use there, and so yeah, usually you'd have to pay a lot more for that performance or a battery, right? So, all right, guys, I think I'm gonna have to go now. I want to thank you for joining me. It's been a while, and we just did what? How long have we been live? 42 minutes. Wow. See, time flies when you're having fun. I just got here. Sorry. We've been on for 42. This was just a quick test. I just wanted to see if I could actually figure out how to go live because I haven't done this in a long time and I'm old and I don't remember how to do stuff. Saludos desde Cuba. Cuba. I want to go to Cuba one of these days. Maybe I'll visit you, Juan. I better get my ducks in a row and make a decision on how many I want to get. Thanks for everything you do. Keep it real. Thank you for that. Yeah. 22 minutes? No, more than 22 minutes. Here it says 42 minutes. Thank you, Flex Panel. You're storing. If you're selling, I'm looking to purchase a couple. Oh, you need a couple? Yeah, send me an email. jhoject35, because I could definitely do without a couple. I have brand new ones in the box. I bought a bunch of them, and then I just had them. I'm like, one day I'm gonna make this project, and they're not the best panels in the world, but I had some, so I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just get some to like keep it all the same kind of thing. Yeah, if you need two, let me know. I definitely could do away with two. Getting the Times, oh man. The story of the infamously terrible American Samoa soccer team. Yes. American Samoa, known for a brutal 2001 FIFA match they lost. Yes, it was such a crazy story that you're like, is this based on a true story? And it turns out that they are based on a true story. But it is hilariously. That guy is really good at telling funny stories. So yeah, if you want to watch, you don't even have to like soccer, by the way. I'm not into soccer or whatever, but yeah, if you just want to laugh for a little bit, go watch that movie. What's it called? It's something like The Next Team or The Next Goal or something. Told them I wanted to buy a battery, but then they punched me and took my money. Let's see. See you next time. Chris, thank you for showing up. We'll see you guys. Yeah, show up on Thursday. I am not going to be the only one talking here. Maybe there's going to be some interesting stuff. Hopefully, I'm hoping. There's going to be some big hitters like Sandy Monroe. And then now guys. I'm not too familiar with the other guys, but we're going to look them up and see. Yeah. What country are you in? LA or OC County? Yeah, I'm in neither. I'm in San Bernardino County. Links to my videos, to my bill. Looking for a solid battery to supply my 8K base that sent me. I would definitely love to push your product at all the base competitions. Yeah, we need that. Except, yeah, again, the problem is that these batteries are going to disappear very soon. And so, it's like, I'm in Colombia. Where can I get some cheap batteries to make an e-bike? I don't know. Down in South America is going to be tough. But anyways, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for that live stream. I'm going to make an event so that you guys know that it's there and you guys could bookmark it or whatever. And then see you guys on Thursday live from Austin. And if you're on Austin, hit me up. I'm going to be there. We're going to go. We have a couple of days that we're just going to go and explore the city and stuff, right? Because Austin's awesome. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys. How do you end this? Do I know how to end this? I don't even know how to end this. Do you? Yeah, legit, I don't know how to end this. I used to have a button you press and then, okay, mute. I guess maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm staying here. Live stream settings. Yeah, no. Okay, this is a new way. It's easy to go live, but apparently once you go live, you could never, you're stuck forever. Where do you stop it? I don't know. So if you go here, save highlight, share, mute microphone. What's the other one here? Oh, look, you could pin to live stream, all these things. If anybody know, let me know. If anybody watching this has gone live stream and they know how to do it, start a poll. Oh, look at that. I can start a poll. Man, this thing is awesome. Power off, I guess. I could just turn off my phone. What is this? Oh, I can add filters, top chat. I can turn around the phone. My God, it sucks getting old, guys. Don't get old. By the way, don't get old, right? That's my advice for tonight's live stream. Okay, okay, so you just press on the X on the corner there and says, are you sure you want to stop screen? Yes. See you guys in the next one. Bye.